Hello, I'm Ellie, and today I'm interviewing another Ellie for the Student Music Network. It's Ellie Dixon. Hi, how are you?
Hey, hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Where are we talking to you from today?
Uh, Currently, I am crashing between, where have I just been? Southampton and London. I'm on tour and actually just about to go charity shopping to to find some t-shirts to print our merch on because we sold it all last night. So
Amazing.
yes, about to do another haul.
Yeah, I noticed the merch on your website all looks sick, but most of it did say sold out, so it seems
Yes.
to be selling well.
Yeah, it just went last night, so it's all printed secondhand.
What about the experience of performing live? Of course, performing your songs in a recording studio and live are going to be completely different. Just take us through what it's like when you're out there in front of a crowd.
It is massively different, and I think it used to be something that I had really bad nerves about. So I had like crippling performance anxiety for years, and that was kind of the main reason that it took me so long to decide to do music full time. Is I was like, I don't think I can sustainably play shows because I'd be like in a ball in the back of the car, like hyperventilating. It was really bad. But I think as I've done more, there's now this comfort that comes on stage. I find it's like connecting with people. That's kind of the point. Obviously I'm playing music at some point, but it's being able to talk about songs with people and get people's reaction and have people singing the lyrics, and then after the show talking to people about what the songs mean to them. I had a fan say that they used to play one of my songs every morning when she was learning to walk again because she was in a wheelchair. And it's just things like that where you're like, oh my God, I just wrote a song in my bedroom one time. And it ends up in all these little pockets all over the world. So yeah, I think live shows just feel really connected. They feel like full circle moments because I get to see where this music is going. And I feel very calm on stage now. I really enjoy just cracking jokes and being silly and singing the songs.
Sounds like you've come a long way. You must be proud of yourself from being completely nervous before to being able to do a headline tour around the UK.
Yeah, I'm very proud of myself, and I was quite nervous before going on stage last night. I think there's always nerves before something new or the start of a run of shows and things like that. But I did the most gigging I've ever really done this summer. And I think it just absolutely whipped me into shape. I just didn't really have a choice at that point. Like, if I got that nervous, my body would just give up. So
Checked yourself in at
it's
the
just like, got no choice. Yeah, it's just like, you know what? Enjoy yourself.
And you have a new single out at the moment called Swing. It's very good, very catchy.
Yeah, it's out this Friday now. So it's about to come.
That's come out. Well, everyone needs to stay tuned for that one. So talk through your inspiration behind the song and what made you want to write Swing.
Yeah. So how did it start? So I wrote this one. I went away on a like writing retreat. So I'm currently in this process of writing my debut album, which I'm very excited about. And this is my first single with my label. And yes, so I was in a house in the middle of nowhere. Just writing every day, and about a month before that I had a weird influx of hate on TikTok, and it was my first time experiencing like properly people just being really unpleasant, and it hit me really hard, and it took me a few weeks to even be able to open the app without having panic attacks. And so this writing retreat, I did like a complete social media blackout. I didn't go on Instagram at all or TikTok. I didn't touch any of it. And so I just kind of got to reflect. So I wrote Swing. It's basically just a bunch of like fun baseball metaphors. But the idea of it was just to remind myself to literally swing back. It's a bit of a petty song, I think, because it's sort of like there's a bunch of insults and just like, you're so full of it, how'd you even eat your dinner, it's just like, but I think it was really cathartic, and it was like a therapeutic way of just being like, no, screw you, I'm not having this. So yeah, it was just my swing back song, but just through the medium of baseball, so why not?
Social media can be helpful as well. Has it been really helpful, your TikTok and your Instagram, with boosting your career?
Yeah. Oh, massive. It's yeah, I mean, it comes with its downsides, but social media has made my career. It's an amazing thing because it's kind of the first time in the music industry where it's sort of like free game, here's just, social media is just one massive billboard that everyone can put their posters on, and I've found it a really nice playground for musical experiments, trying things out, posting ideas. It's a lovely thing because not every post has to be a finished song or an album. It can just be like, I wrote a song about biscuits, but like that's kind of it has this freedom and this playfulness. So I love social media, and my growth on there is kind of what made everything blow up for me. It's what kind of got me on the map, and I ended up being signed. So I'm incredibly grateful for my social media platforms and what that's kind of provided me with.
When do you think in your career was your biggest milestone? What's like a thing that you can pinpoint? It might be this tour or previous EP or something. What's been the biggest moment for you?
It's really hard. I think about this one all the time because I think with growth it can be quite gradual. So thinking about the like turning points is quite interesting. I think one of my big ones was releasing Green Grass, which was a single off my last EP. That was the song that kind of blew up for me. It ended up being BBC Radio 1 introducing track of the week. So it was getting loads of like national airplay. It's now the song that wherever I am, people will sing it back. And that's a really amazing feeling. So that's one. And then I think the other big milestone was being signed. I signed to my label back in February, and that was sort of the point where it's like, we are doing this. It was quite a pinch me moment. And then we had I got really emotional. We were filming a video of me signing in like a giant spacesuit, and I was like celebrating. We shot a shot at the end. They made everyone come into the office, which like never happens, especially around then, because it was like still lots of work from home stuff. Everyone was in the office. I was running around in a spacesuit and everyone was cheering, and it was just like, this feels like a movie. It just felt like I am such an idiot, and you just have me here in a spacesuit, and you're like, glad to have you. It was just so like, oh my god, it was really, really cool. And obviously like it meant I've now got a huge team working on my stuff, and I don't have to do everything myself, and it means I can focus on actually making music, which is kind of what I've been trying to do this whole time. So that was a big pinch me moment.